Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the ITS Connect session for the month of July. My name is Jennifer Laudiana, and I'm from Information Technology Services. Today, I'm going to give you a short tour because there's a lot to learn about Blackboard Learn, and we are going to be updating it in the next month for back to school. So I'm going to show you a few of the new features as well as some of the enhancements in the new Blackboard Learn service pack. I mentioned we're going to upgrade to Service Pack 11 in August. So for the back to school in the fall, you will have a new version. It will have the same functionality that we have now. It will look slightly different. It will have some tools that you use today that will work a little bit better, more efficiently. It will also have quite a few new tools. So I'm going to touch on the highlights, and then at the end I'm going to give you a place that you can go beforehand if you'd like and take a look at those, read some things, get a little bit of help, and kind of get yourself ready for the change that will be coming. It will be easier to navigate. Some of the tools that you usually use, you may have had to click multiple times. They've made it a little more streamlined in a few areas, so it'll be faster to get where you need to go. You can also navigate the same way that you did before. If that is more comfortable for you at the beginning of school, you can navigate the same way that you did before and then maybe work on learning the new tools as well. And the other thing that will look new to you is there will be a new color scheme. It's a little bit cleaner looking, a little lighter, it looks a lot nicer. So that's another thing to look forward to. The color scheme, though, does not change the functionality. So some of the enhanced features, one click to the Blackboard Home summary page. The summary page is new, and I will be demonstrating all of these after I talk about them a little bit. It lets you go one click and you can get your summary, and then also as part of that is the global navigation. So on the left-hand side, you are going to see the same buttons and links as you would in a couple of other places in Blackboard, so it will be globally in the same place. One other nice feature is your frequently accessed courses will float to the top on this navigation. So that is nice if you're working on the same course or that is the course you teach the most. It will always show up at the top because it will be frequently visited. The calendar feature has been enhanced a lot. You can have a calendar for each class, so each student can see all of their course calendars if you use that feature. You can drag and drop updates, so if you change a date for something and you drag it on the calendar, it will change on everyone's calendar, and it will also change in the deadlines, due dates, summary sections, all of that at the same time. Another nice feature is you can export these calendars into your Google Calendar. So you will be able to click on a button and you'll get a link, and that will let you click and cut and paste that link and import it into your Google Calendar. There is a much more robust text editor for your content, so it has about 4 layers now of different things you can do. It's very much like in Word, and you have the ribbons on the top. It has a lot more features that you can do to make the visual appearance of your assignments or information a lot better. You can also cut and paste from Word into the content editor. There's a way that you can actually turn off the formatting. So when you cut and paste in, it will take all of that away. I'll show you that. And you can also use HTML and cascading style sheets if you want in your content as well. And I will be showing you where those are located if you want to use them. So that's the enhanced features. So I'm going to touch on some of the brand new things that you may want to consider using and that students will have access to. There's a mobile tools available. One of the neat things is you can do assessments on mobile devices. So if you want to put out a quiz for your students, they can take it on their phone or their iPad or anything like that. Also, the video everywhere is new, which allows you to click on it and record a video, and that'll be in your content area of your class. So if you want to record yourself speaking on a topic and then have that as an assignment for your students to watch, you can do that as well. One thing about that, it is connected to your Crew YouTube account, so you need to activate that before you can use the video anywhere. Otherwise, you'll get an error message that it's not activated. Inline grading is available, and this is really nice if you grade essays or papers or anything like that that you use in Blackboard. You will be able to write comments that will go with the paper. You can also put inline comments. So if you want to comment on things, highlight spots, put in a comment, put in red, they have little tags. I'll show you how that looks. Type in notes. You can change the text color, so when you type in your comments, the students will see where those are as well. You can also download the files. So if you've put in all your comments and you want to download a copy for yourself, you can do that, and it will have all of the markup in it. So that's nice if you want to download a copy and maybe just double check it before you finish your comments. You can do that, or keep a copy for yourself so that you know what you've changed in the grading. The Retention Center is also new. This is a way that you can identify at-risk students in your class. It will keep track of various items, such as the last time they logged in, how often they've logged in, if they've missed deadlines, anything like that, and it will put it in a summary. And then you can go to the details and see exactly which students have missed or haven't logged in. So if you have a large course and it's 3 weeks into the semester and you notice that it's showing at-risk students in your retention center, you can see if they haven't logged in for 3 weeks, you can follow up and see if there's a problem, if they've dropped the class and they happen to still show up, or if they're having issues with the course, and reach them earlier than you may have. You can create multiple calendars. I mentioned the calendaring. There is also a personal calendar option. So if you or your students want to have a personal calendar to keep track of study time, keep track of notes, anything like that, you can do that in Blackboard. And then I mentioned earlier that you can export that into your Google Calendar. So the nice feature is you can do it either way. You can have a personal calendar in Blackboard with all of your courses, so all that information you can view at the same time, or you can export it all into Google and you can use that. So students can use that for their time management, keeping track of deadlines and dates. Lastly, I want to mention that Blackboard has a very much improved help site, and that's where I'm going to direct you at the end if you want to read more about some of these. I'm going to demonstrate the high-level features, but if you want to delve into the Retention Center and understanding how it works and what reports there are, if you want to review inline grading so that you're ready to use that when this comes out, there are a lot more information out there. They have videos, they have content, screenshots, all kinds of things like that. So I will show you that at the end as one of the resources that you can use for help. So now I'm going to walk through a lot of the things that I talked about so that you can see them. I am going to be using a test website that we have set up to work through. So what I'm going to show you, again, I mentioned that I'm logged in as in a test account that we have. So it will look slightly different. You may notice the Blackboard wizard isn't there. It will be there when it goes live. But this is a good way that I can show you. You'll notice that the color's a little bit different. But when you log in, it looks very much the same. Your announcements are there. Your courses are on the right-hand side if that's where you have them. And everything should lay out the same. You can just go to courses as well. If you're used to that, you will see your courses listed and also the course catalog. On the top right, you'll see your name. You can see my name here. If I click on that, I can see a list of all of the courses I teach as well. And at the bottom, you'll see organizations. If I click on that, it will show me the organizations that I belong in too. At the top here, you'll notice it has the demonstration course that I'm going to use. And originally, if you look in the list here, it was the second item. So it has bumped itself to the top because I've been working with it, and that's the most frequently accessed and visited class that I have. On the left here, you'll see 6 icons, and this is what the global navigation is. And you will see these when you open the My Blackboard Home, and they will stay with you. If you bump around any of the 6 items, you will see this black band on the left-hand side. So it's really easy to get back and forth to different things. So I'm actually going to take you to My Blackboard Home, which is this very first icon here, so that you can see the summary. So on the left, it looks like a little planner book. On the left-hand side, you will always see your calendar. So I'll have today's date, It will show you when items are due, what is due this week. It will also show you your grades and the posts. If I go to my course, and then I go to my Blackboard home, I will see items for my course. So for this particular course, it looks like nothing is due. It also has recently graded, if there are grades available, and it'll show me posts. So if people have been posting to discussion boards that I have, I can see a quick summary for that class students have posted to. If I need to go to the posts, I can click on that, and it will open like email. So on the left, I will see the posts. On the right-hand side, if I click on any of them, I will see the full post, and I can reply from there, and then it will post. So if I want to reply to this, and it will come up with a screen. I can format my reply. So again, you notice this is a lot more robust than it was before, and you have a lot of options here. So if you're going to reply to a student and you want to cut and paste something in here, or if you want to do an HTML or something, if your course uses that, you can post that here. And then I'll just click submit. So you'll notice also that it shows the time. So I just posted this, so it says 0 minutes. So I posted something yesterday. There's been things posted a few days previously, and you can look at the different timestamps as well if you want to see how long it's been since something you posted was replied to. If a student posted a question and no one answered, you'd be able to see the time frame there. If I go to my deadlines or the alarm clock, it'll give me the updates, and it will tell you if there have been updates to the course. So in this example, I have this course was updated, which I'm using, and it looks like a mobile test was posted, another test was posted, a couple of different things, and you can keep track of the updates to that as well. When you log in, you can see any updates. So if you have TAs or other people working on your course, this is an easy way to see if any updates have been made. If you haven't made them, then you can go and check them and see who did. But you will see a little red icon until you click on these. So as I click on them and open them, it'll take me to that item, and then I can take a look at it. Go back to my summary and my posts. And you can also dismiss them. So if you're done looking at them, if you click on dismiss, those items will go away. And it will basically like deleting it from your list. The next icon is for grades. So students would see my grades here if there were any grades posted. I'm going to skip this one for a second. The very last one is the calendar. And this is one of the more robust features that works really well in the new version. You will see I have a green calendar, which corresponds to my personal calendar. And then also the items in red are my class calendar. If you have more than one class, you can click on the items and have them highlight. If you want to just look at your personal calendar in your one class, if I want to turn off my personal calendar, it works a lot like the Google interface as well. I mentioned that you can drag and drop, so if I think I'm going to change some of my dates, I can drag them to here, and then it will update on everything else. So I've dragged it there. I want to say so now on all the calendars, that item will now be on the new date. So it will change it globally for everyone. So that's a really nice feature that you don't have to delete and move it and type it in again. You can just drag and drop it to something else. And then that way the new date will show up for everyone and you won't have to worry about it. Also, if I scroll down towards the bottom, I mentioned that you can get an external calendar link. So you can take that link and use it to put it into your Google Calendar. And I'll just click on it really quick. So here's your link. If you take that link and you use it to put the calendar into your Google account, it will show up on your calendars, and then you will have all of your personal information or whatever you keep in your Google Calendar. You will also have your course and information from Blackboard as well. And so I skipped one here. I'm going to go to the, this is called the Retention Center, and this is brand new. In the Retention Center, you're going to see your classes listed on the left. You'll notice that some of them have a smiley face. That means there's no issues. There's nothing in the Retention Center. This one has a big exclamation point, so that means there must be something in the Retention Center that I should look at. If I look at the summary next to it, it will tell me how many students have missed deadlines, how many have grade alerts. So if you have a very large class and you have other people putting in or grading, this is really nice because you'll be able to monitor grades without having to go through the grade center each time. The access alert is when they have accessed Blackboard. So if you notice that students haven't logged in for 3 weeks, you might into the beginning of the semester, or if partway through they've stopped logging into Blackboard, you can also address that. If you click on See Details up here, I'll take a second here. Here we go. It will actually drill down for you. So now it shows me that there are 3 students total at risk. It tells me what they've done. So these 2 people have missed deadlines. So is that unusual activity? Is it something you need to check on? If there's a grades alert here, if the access alert, if they haven't logged in for a couple of weeks, it will tell you that as well. And the activity alert, if you have anything set for discussion boards, blog posts, and that's part of your course and they're required to use that, you'll be able to see if there's been no activity in there, and you'll be able to touch base with your students there as well. There are a lot more with this. You can actually create rules. You can have monitoring and different things set up. And again, I will give you information on how you can research that beforehand if you're interested in using the Retention Center for this fall. So I'm going to go back to my course. And I'm going to show you some content updates that I spoke about. So if I go to content, you'll notice I have a couple of things in here. I've created a mobile test. I've used video everywhere and a couple of different assignments. I'm going to build content and item. So one thing I mentioned is the robustness of the layout. So you have a lot more options here that you can use. One I mentioned earlier was regarding the formatting. So if you cut and paste something from Word into the text box here and the formatting's all kind of different, what you can do is click on this little button here that I'm highlighting that says Remove Formatting, and it's on the top row on the right hand side. And when you click on that, it will remove all the formatting for that document. So then you can just start over. So it's helpful if you just want the text and you don't want all the formatting. I also mentioned that you can use HTML now, and you can also create cascading style sheets for yourself. So if you want to do that, those 2 options are available as well. Also, I mentioned video everywhere, and that is part of the content area. It's the little icon on the bottom row that has a little red dot, which looks like a little webcam. And if you click on that, it will actually open a new window and allow you to record from your webcam. Now, one thing, if you go and you set up your YouTube account with Case, which we all have one, you just have to log in to it, and then you actually need to verify it. If you don't verify it, the reason you will know that, you can record video, but what will show up in Blackboard, it will be kind of grayed out and you can't click on it, and that means you have not verified your YouTube account. And it's just like most things, it asks you to send it message. It'll send you a text or an email message with a code. It asks you to type the code in, and once you do that, you're verifying that you're using the account, and then they will activate your videos for you. So once you do that, and you can just record right from here. It's a very simple interface that you can do start record, end record, and then you can post it to your site. And it will actually automatically post. If you noticed when I was looking at content, it posted right here. So here's a video. If I click on it, it will open a new window, which is one of the options when it posts. It asks you, do you want it to open in a new window? And I would recommend doing that. That way, if your students are working in Blackboard, they can watch the video over here and still be able to see the instructions or anything they need regarding the video in Blackboard. Also, I mentioned the YouTube. I'm going to show you your YouTube account. So this is what mine looks like. It's very generic because I just created it the other day. And then it has all the different videos here. So I don't have to show them all in Blackboard. They will stay in your YouTube account if you don't want to show them in Blackboard. You can delete them from the content, and then you actually will still have them later. So if you wanted to record a couple of things but not post them, you could do that too. Well, to use the mobile test, you would go to assessment. If anything does not show up, I wanted to mention, so if you go to assessments and you don't see mobile tests, if you don't see the retention center for any reason, you can go, there is a shortcut on your menu if you go to customization tools, and you can make sure they're turned on, so turning them on and off. And I believe we talk about that a little bit in our training materials and how to do that. The last thing, you can always go to help.case.edu for information, lynda.com if you want more information on Blackboard items that are still already in Blackboard, not any of the new features. Lynda.com does have a video for instructors and students, so if you want to look through that and maybe get a refresher if you haven't used it for a while, or if you want to start using it for other options that you haven't used, you can go there and get a good description of what is in Blackboard. If you go to help.blackboard.com, you will go to Blackboard's help site, and we want to click on the 9.1, SP10, and SP11 option. And this will give you all of the information on that. So you can look at instructor, and it will give you options on different things. So if you wanted to look through the retention center, inline grading, how does the calendar work, they have videos, they have explanations with screenshots, and a lot of information that can get you ready for the change in the fall if you want to use the new features, or if you want to just brush up on some of the old features, you can use their help as well. So again, you can go, there's also a link on Blackboard on the very bottom left in your course tools, and it says help for instructors. If you click that, it will take you directly to the Blackboard help, or you can go to help.blackboard.com. I mentioned lynda.com, and then also help.case.edu in the service desk if you have any questions that you need answered. And I see there are a few questions here, which we'll get those answered and sent out to you. And this is being recorded, so you will be able to see it hopefully in another couple of weeks. It will be on help.case.edu under training and videos on the left-hand side. There are also additional videos that we have done in the past, so if you want to scroll through those and get a brush up on anything else that we have done, please do. Have a great day, and thank you for attending.